How's it going, gang? Chris Cart's back through the mail Monday. 5 returns for you today, including our very first return from Phoenix, Arizona. We've got Henry Cotto. Henry Cotto here, a 10-year career, starting with the Cubs back in 1984 and finishing his final year with the first year of the Marlins in 1993. He only signed 2 cards. Of course, 87 Topps Tiffany signed for my set. $5 a card for Henry Cotto. I'm not sure why I didn't sign the rest, but that's all right. Would have been cool if you signed them all. Thinking about it now, a little bit longer. But you know what? I'm in a good mood today. Let's just barrel on through. 2 signed Hank Cotto cards. One as a legendary Chicago Cub, and of course one as a Yankee there. Nice return from Henry Cotto. As I said, 10-year career. Also played for Seattle. The Yankees even played 1 year in Japan. There's information. $5 a card to Mr. Henry Cotto. Let's move on, guys, to return number 2. All right, friends. Next return is from Louisiana, Baton Rouge to be exact. And we've got the legendary Ron Guidry. Ron Guidry, 14-year big league career. All 14 years spent with the New York Yankees here on a 79 Topps card, along with Craig Swan. I had pretty much gotten all the Ron Guidry cards I needed signed from Ron. Ron signs just 1 card for free. If you send him some money, he will sign extra cards, usually at about $5 a clip. Actually, I've seen a couple of really nice Guidrys come back with inscriptions on them for, I think, $5 a pop, which actually makes me want to send him some cards and ask for an inscription with some cash for some of my set cards. That's something I might end up doing here in the future, but maybe not. I've already spent enough money chasing my sets. However, this 79 Topps card I had laying around, Craig Swan does sign. It appears he has a new address. Not quite sure what it is yet. If anyone knows what it is, drop me a line. That's right. If you have the Harvey list, you probably know it. That's the only recent success for Craig Swan. ChrisCards86@gmail.com. Just let me know what it is. Just whisper it in my ear. I won't tell anybody until, of course, he ends up on Through the Mail on Monday. There you guys go. Craig Swan did not sign that card, but Ron Guidry did. Let's move on, my friends, to return number 3. All right, gang, barreling right along. Third return is from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma for our third return. We got our letter of request back from Mr. Frank Lindsay. Frank Lindsay here, a nice little 11-year career. Spent most of those years with the Gigantes, as you see there on that 71 Topps card. We got a 1969 photo stamp card, which thankfully did not get licked and stuck into a stamp book. And we got a 73 Topps to round it out. Of course, 11-year career, spent most of those times with the Giants. Also spent some time with the Cards, Brewers, and the Filthies. Nice vintage return from Frank Lindsay, 84 years young, still going strong. Nice to get this signed. Spent 74 with the Phillies, actually. Might get the 74 Topps Phillies team card signed by Frank. That might be a pretty good idea. An easy one to get for that card. Anyway, my friends, that is it. Let's move on to our next return. Return number 4. All right, friends. Orlando, Florida with our Burrow stamp for our next return here. And we have Mr. Sal Butera. All right. And, of course, is there any question what Sal plays? Obviously, he's a catcher with a name like Sal. Very nice return from Sal Butera. 9-year big league career. Spent most of those years with the Twins, 4 to be exact. Also spent time with the Expos, Reds, Blue Jays, and the Tigres. Of course, won it all with the Minnesota Twins in 1987. This is my second return from Mr. Sal. I did get the 87 Topps card already signed from Sal, so nice to get a few more cards signed by Sal, because who couldn't use a few extra signed Sal cards? So there you guys go. Nice return from Mr. Butera. Moving on, my friends, to our final return of the day. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, final return of the day. Probably not Larry Bowa, but I can't rule him out. And we got Bill Mazeroski, another go-to of mine. $10 a card for this Hall of Famer, 2001 inductee by the Veterans Committee, 17-year career, all with the Pittsburgh Pirates, including a 10-time All-Star, and, of course, the world champions in 60 and 71. And he has a ton of sweet modern cards, including that throwback 87 Topps card, which is it really a throwback if it's a guy that didn't play, you know, he finished playing in 72, so it's not really a throwback, it's like a throw up to 87 for Bill Mazeroski. Nice return from him, of course. I love getting his card signed. He's got a bunch of cool cards, as you see right there. 17 years in the bigs, like I said, 56 to 72, all with the Pirates. There you guys go. There's information. Lansdale, PA, the land of Enchantment Road. Nice return from Bill Mazeroski. And that is it for this week's Through the Mail Monday. Put in the books. Hope you guys liked this week's video. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Other returns. Got some vintage. Got some non-vintage back. Kind of some 80s and 70s stuff back. So nice, well-rounded return. Nothing modern, of course. I did send some out to some teams. Nothing back yet. But, you know, once we get something back, you guys will be the second to know. And, yeah, hit that like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do this every single Monday. I've done it for the last, I don't know, 344 weeks in a row, something like that. And each Friday, of course, I post my set update videos, 74, 84, 87 tops, and 89 upper deck. I try to get all those cards signed. So as you're watching my Through the Mail Mondays, keep that in mind as you do see a few of those cards back. We saw the Henry Cotto today, but other than that, kind of a light set update video as far as TTMs are concerned. Some other stuff, some ancillary stuff that I'm not really, well, you know what, I got their cards. The photo stamp card's pretty cool by Frank Lindsay. And what else is there to say about Chris cards right now? What's going on? Not much is going on. Doing this on a Saturday. Watched the Mets beat the Braves last night. Boy, they still have a bullpen problem. Good grief. But they scored a bunch of runs, so that was good. I had to watch it on Apple Plus. But I was very thankful I was able to get the audio feed, the radio feed from the Mets, so I did not have to listen to the dreadful announcers. And they had like Maddox and Glavine and Smoltz and everybody in the booth talking for like 3 innings. Who was that appeal to? Am I just out of touch? Maybe that could be it. Maybe everyone loves it. Maybe everyone loves the in-game interviews and going down the dugout and talking to the manager and all that stuff and guests in the booth. And, of course, as the game's being played and they're not calling the game, they're just talking to, you know, they're interviewing people. I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't know I don't know what audience they're catering to. I'm obviously of my opinion it's horrible and literally nobody in the world cares about a booth full of former Brave pitching greats. Like, they're not going to say anything interesting. But I digress. Maybe people love that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of touch. I could be out of touch. I don't know. You know, my group of people, you know, they don't like it either. But maybe it's not. Maybe they're not targeting me. I don't know who they're targeting, but I hate it. I just call the game. That's all I want them to do is call the game. Not talk to anybody. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what. I'm pretty much resigned to the Mets just not making the playoffs at this point. It is what it is, you know. Had a good first half, and that was it. That was it for me. That was it for us Met fans. That's the successful we had this year is the magical first half, and after that, the wheels fell off. I don't know what to say, man. Baseball is so cruel sometimes. It's just such a frustrating game. And like I said last week, though, they win a game and you get excited. And then, you know, you lose 2 or 3 of the Nationals, and then you're not excited anymore. And then they win their next game, and you're like, well, maybe they're going to turn it around. And, you know, I don't know, gang. It's tough. It's super tough, but it's super tough to be a fan of the Mets. But you know what? There's lots of teams out there that's really tough to be a fan of. So don't mind me. Just complaining. Don't mean to complain. It's baseball. It is what it is, you know. It's great. Greatest game in the world. Although football's coming up soon. Lots of preseason stuff, which I totally ignore. I pretty much ignore football until college starts up, actually. So college is going to be weird this year. I usually go to a handful of games each year to see my Ducks play. And this year I'm not really... My game day partner is no longer with me, so I asked my wife, because now when Russell lived in California, I take my wife to the games, and she humored me and went to the games with me, so I didn't have to go by myself. But later on, she wasn't a big fan of the games. Now, the baseball, she loves baseball, so she loves going to the baseball games. She's not humoring me there. She would tell me if she didn't like going, and simple as that. like she told me she didn't like going to the football game, so she'd just rather not spend her time. I mean, she'd rather do other stuff on her, her free time. So that's understandable. So I'll try to go to a few Duck games this year. Probably just do it solo. She did say I asked her could she go to one game with me, just old time's sake, just to kind of, so I'm not so damn sad going back to Autzen Stadium without Russell. But she said she would, but I might not hold her to it. Maybe I'd kind of just want to see if she'd say yes or not. Of course she said yes because she's great. So anyway, gang, how are your teams doing this year? Reds are doing pretty good. I don't know when the Reds got good, but I thought the Reds have been pretty bad for a long time, and they're nipping at the heels of the Mets here for the final wild card spot, and they'll probably get it. Who knows? The Filthies, that's kind of weird with Wheeler. They're going to win the division again, so that's frustrating. So I'm going to just start calling you the Filthies again because, I'm petty like that, and it makes me feel a little bit better about not winning the division, so... Plus, we get called the Mutts all the time, so that's usually a Braves thing. The Brave fans calls us Mutts. The Braves are bad. I don't know how the Braves got bad, but I know injuries and all that stuff. But geez, such a talented young core of players there, and of course, Kuna can't stay healthy, so there's that. But anyway, gang, I'm done rambling. Sorry, my rambling is longer than my opening of envelopes. End of the month. What is it? August 25th. I got about one more week left in this month, and then September. State Fair starts this week for us, the Oregon State Fair, so I think I'll be going Tuesday to see Winona with my sister. Sister got Winona tickets. We're going to go see the Judds in their farewell tour, but that didn't happen. So I'll just go see Winona with my sister. Hopefully she's still got a good voice because I don't know. My sister said she saw some YouTube videos. She didn't sound that great, so we'll see. Some of those YouTube videos just don't sound good anyway, some of the live performances. But when you're there, it sounds better. So it doesn't translate well sometimes to, YouTube, handheld camera phone videos. But camera phones are pretty good. Pretty good. The tech is there. It's pretty dang good. So can't blame the audio quality and the video quality because, man, phones can do crazy things nowadays. So anyway, friends, that's it. I'm done. Thanks for watching. See ya.